Ever had a bad day to where it seemed like nothing was going your way? And I'm not talking about a tragedy. No, that's something that's totally different. I'm talking about a bad day to where before you leave out for work, you have an argument with your spouse. And when you get out to the car to drive off to work, you discover that you have a flat tire. And when you get to work, you have to work harder because your coworkers are slacking. Or you discover that your weekend plans for a cookout have to be canceled because there's going to be a 90% chance of rain. Those kind of days, you know? And of course, this is a rhetorical question. Of course, we all have experienced bad days. We all have experienced bad days. But the question is, what do you do to overcome those bad days? Do you allow yourself? Do you throw yourself a pity party and allow yourself to stay stuck in misery and defeat? Or do you see it as an opportunity to become a better version of yourself? I'll share with you some of the things that I do to help myself overcome a bad day, because hey, they're inevitable. They're a part of life. First things first, I allow myself to experience the negative emotions that come with a bad day. And then I realize that, okay, you have realized what you're experiencing, the feelings that you're experiencing. You know what they are. You know where they're stemming from, because of how you're viewing the things that are happening in this day. But then I say, now you have to hold yourself accountable to get yourself out of this bad mood, out of these negative feelings. So you're gonna have to do something, Keith. And what I do is I remind myself that perspective is everything. Perspective is everything. If you only see a bad day as a bad day, then it's going to continue to be a bad day, and you're going to continue to stay stuck in a bad mood. But if you approach a bad day with a good mood, you'll find options, you'll find reasons to see it as an opportunity to become a better version and more skillful version of yourself. Because we all know that only challenge causes growth. Only challenge will test your skills and make you better. And bad days will definitely challenge you. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. So it's a mindset. You have to shift your mindset, shift your perspective as to how you are viewing this bad day. You can either see it as a bad day, continue to see it as a bad day, which is going to keep you stuck in a bad mood, or approach it with a positive mood, which will allow you to see opportunities for you to become better. I also think about what my ancestors went through. When I experience a bad day, I think about what my ancestors went through on a day-to-day basis. And none of my bad days can measure up to living the life of a slave. So that definitely puts things into perspective and let me know that what I'm calling a bad day is nothing compared to what my ancestors went through. What? Seriously? we got it good compared to, I have it good, I have it great to what my ancestors have gone through. So that really helps me to ease my mind. I also realize that trouble don't last always. Whenever I experience a bad day, I think about this gospel song. The chorus to this song, pops up in my head always. Trouble don't last. Trouble don't last always. I'm so glad. Trouble don't last always. Y'all may have heard of that song, maybe not, but the chorus to that song always pops up in my head every time I experience a bad day, and it inspires me to continue to move forward. Continue to move forward, press forward, and just know that, hey, I'm going to be able to get through this bad day. And I'm going to make sure that tomorrow, the next day, will be better. Because I recognize that what I don't want, and what you should recognize is when you're experiencing a bad day, what you don't want to experience either is allow yourself to go to bed with a bad mood because of what you have had to endure and what you perceive as a bad day. Because if you will go to sleep in a bad mood, you're going to wake up the next day and you're going to have another bad day. You're going to have another bad day because you're going to be stuck in that same bad mood that you went to sleep with, that you went to sleep on. And if you're not careful, you're going to stay stuck in that bad mood. And that bad mood is going to carry over from a bad day to a bad week to bad months to bad years to a bad life. And the truth of the matter is, a lot of people are stuck and believe that life is bad because they have unconsciously allowed themselves to take one bad day and they have created a bad life because of events that have happened, from one bad day. And that's so unfortunate because life is so short. And we all know that bad days are a part of life. And they're bound to happen. And when they do happen, you do not want to allow yourself to stay stuck in a bad mood, because if you do, you're going to unconsciously allow yourself to play the victim. Woe, it's me. Woe, it's me. No, you owe it to yourself to dig yourself out of this bad mood in spite of having a bad day. This life is too short to allow yourself to play the victim and live in defeat. No matter what kind of bad day you're having. Life is too short for that. You owe it to yourself. You have to hold yourself accountable to bring yourself up out of a bad mood. And one of the things that I do to bring myself out of a bad mood when I experience bad days, and also to help give myself another perspective, is I like to watch fart videos on TikTok, fart prank videos on TikTok. With you may have heard of him, maybe not. Jack Bell, Gil's Trap, and Fart World on TikTok. To where these individuals with this like fart gadget, this gadget that makes fart noises, are walking around and somebody's recording them, and they're pranking people walking by as they're pressing this gadget and making that fart noise. And people, I just love to see the people's reactions in these videos. And it always 100% always puts a smile on my face. So yeah, one of my immediate go-tos on a bad day is to watch some watch some fart videos on TikTok. Yeah, it always puts a smile on my face. But what I also do is, I exercise. I gotta put in that work, go run, go do some pull-ups, some push-ups, or some kind of weightlifting, or do something to release some endorphins within my body. Those positive hormones, those good feeling hormones. And I just know that the fact of the matter is that bad days do not last. Bad days do not last. I once read a quote from someone that goes something to the effect of, the only way to get through a bad day is to go through it, which is true. You have to go through a bad day to get to the good days, to get to the better days. It's unfortunate that is the case, but hey, that's a fact that we have to that we have to stop putting up resistance towards this fact and accept it. That hey, bad days are bound to happen. Bad days are a part of life, and if you approach it with a good attitude, you will see opportunities for growth. But if you don't, if you allow yourself to stay stuck in a bad attitude, it's going to spill over into the next day, into the next month, into the next year. And you don't want to put yourself through all of that unnecessary suffering. So just know that you owe it to yourself to do better and be better so you can make your world better. We all owe this to ourselves. We all owe this to ourselves. Don't let a bad day get you down. Let it get you up, and see it as an opportunity to become a better and better and better version of yourself. And that's it. If you like what I have shared in this video, then by all means, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. I'd greatly appreciate it. God bless.